Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG video, and today I have for you guys a ranking of all 13 Spec cards from the black and white era. Coming in at number 13, we have Crystal Wall. This card is meant for only Black Kyurem EX. It gives him 300 more HP. Of course, this is in the Boundaries Cross set, meaning that at the time when it came out, there was only one Black Kyurem EX that existed. Later on in Plasma Storm, another Black Kyurem would come to existence, but even so, Crystal Wall wasn't really paired up with them. Most Black Kyurem EX decks preferred other A-Specs over this one. Since this is a tool card, it can easily get tool scrappered off, or later on in the XY sets, we have Star on the Megaphone. Coming in at number 12, we have Crystal Edge. This is also for a tool card, and it was printed in Boundaries Crossed. It's meant for only White Kyurem EX, and it gives White Kyurem 50 more damage done to the active Pokemon. Any damage, of course, any damage that White Kyurem does. And again, another White Kyurem was printed in Plasma Storm, so you can also combine that Crystal Edge for that White Kyurem there as well. Coming in at number 11, we have Gold Potion here. You can heal 90 damage from an active Pokemon, from your active Pokemon. But the problem with this is that it came out in Boundaries Crossed once again, so the first three A-Specs are from Boundaries Crossed. The problem is that in Emerging Powers, there was a card called Max Potion that healed everything. Of course, you do end up discarding energy cards in it, and it could be a problem, but since Clang from the Black and White base set existed, also Hydreigon existed in Dragons Exalted, you have the ability to move energies around. With Hydreigon, you can do Dark Trance, and with Clang you can do Shift Gear. And that way, most players prefer to use Max Potion in those kind of scenarios, and otherwise Gold Potion just didn't really have a lot of favor to be used. Next, we have number 10, Victory Piece, also a spec card that is tool specific to Victini EX. There is only one Victini EX in existence, and this was printed in Plasma Storm. Later on, it was reprinted in Legendary Treasure, but it's still the same Victini EX with Turbo Blaze. And yeah, we saw this could be a tech card for Victini EX to, do damage without any energy requirements. And that's about it for the card. Coming in at number 9, we have G-Scope here, another Pokemon EX specific card, A-Spec. And the problem with this one is it's not as good as G-Booster. We'll see G-Booster later on in this list. G-Scope here, this attack does 100 damage to any of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I believe Mr. Mime can still block this, which is pretty funny. And that basically means G-Scope, even though you can snipe, let's say, a Jirachi EX on the bench and take 2 prizes, or you can even snipe, let's say, a Garbodor for 100 damage and take him out. If your opponent had Mr. Mime, then, well, actually, your opponent wouldn't have Mr. Mime with Garbodor anyways, but could have Mr. Mime to block damage for Jirachi EX and other weak little EXs or things like that on the bench. And this card just didn't see that much play, even though, it could be an option outside of G-Booster for your Genestic EX. It just didn't get much play. Coming in at number 8, we have Rock Guard here. Basically what it does is if you have this attached to your Pokemon, your active Pokemon, and your opponent tries to attack, they will automatically take 6 damage counters just for attacking your Pokemon, even if your Pokemon's knocked out. And again, this is another A-Spec that was printed in Plasma Freeze, and this A-Spec is a tool card, so can be easily taken away using Tool Scrapper, or later on again with Starling Megaphone. Coming in at number 7, this was printed in Plasma Blast. Plasma Blast here, it was really not that great of a card. Master Ball here, you can search your deck for a Pokemon and reveal it and then put it in your hand. Any Pokemon, no questions asked. And it's an item card, so you can play it. It's not like a supporter or anything like that, right? Of course, it's an A-Spec. So Master Ball, it's a decent consistency card, but just didn't see too much play. Coming in at number 6, we have Lifedude. This was from Plasma Freeze, and basically what this does is it allows you to have the benefit of the doubt of taking 1 less prize card if your Pokemon gets knocked out. Basically meaning if you have this attached to a Pokemon EX, since they give up 2 prizes, when your Pokemon knocks your Pokemon EX with the Lifedude attached to it, this A-Spec will remove one of the prize cards that your opponent would be able to get. Wouldn't remove him, but would deny your opponent from taking another prize card, right? So basically, your opponent will only take 1. And if this was attached to a non-EX Pokemon, they knock your Pokemon out. It wouldn't take anything. I like this card because it was pretty good for those kind of decks that, maybe try to buy in turns, things like that. Really good with Ninjask and Shedinja, things like that. So I thought, this card is pretty interesting and tricky Lifedude kind of thing, A-Spec. Coming in at number 5, we do have the G-Booster here. I ranked this at number 5 because there are other A-Specs that are a little bit better than this. And also, this is a tool card which can easily get discarded. And also, it is a EX specific card. And there's only one Genesect EX that existed, and that was the one in Plasma Blast. And so you see here, G-Booster requires 2 grass energy and 1 colorless energy. You can discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon, and the damage isn't affected by resistance or any other effects on the defending Pokemon. And it does 200 damage. That means it will go through Age/EX if you have a Plasma Energy. It would go through Suicune and Sigilyph, and it would also go through Pyroar. It goes through anything. And that is awesome. But 200 just doesn't cut it anymore. Nowadays, if you have Mega Pokemon, you hit them for 200, they will survive. So that's something to take account of. So G-Booster is still really good, knocks out most EXs, and that's really what you want. Coming in at number 4, we have Scoop Up Cyclone for playability and outside of a type-specific deck. Scoop Up Cyclone works very well in conjunction with Bats, Shaman EX, things like that. Even with Jirachi back in the day, being able to play Jirachi from your hand and search for a supporter card, you can use Scoop Up Cyclone, and then you can play another Jirachi for another search for a supporter. We did see this with some play, and I think this is a really good card in terms of being able to just scoop anything up, including everything. It's kind of like a super Scoop Up, guaranteeing flipping heads. And it works real well in scenarios where, hey, you got a heavily damaged Pokemon, just scoop it right up. And then there it goes. Your opponent can't knock him out. So that comes here at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Scramble Switch. One of my personal favorites came in the Plasma Storm set. Switch your active Pokemon from your bench Pokemon, and you can move as many energies attached to the old active to the new active. And this was kind of those A-Specs that it's like a surprise A-Specs, comes out of nowhere, moves energies anywhere they want between 2 Pokemon. And very explosive, very unanticipated, kind of hard to, try to counter for this thing. You never know, it comes out of nowhere. Unless, of course, you're playing Seismitoad and then you lock your opponent from playing any item cards. But, so this comes in here at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Dowsing Machine. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you can't discard cards, you can't play this card. Pretty simple. You put a trainer card from a discard pile back to your hand. The problem with this is, it's a trainer card. All right, so... and for a while, we had a Lysander Strum card, which we saw less play for Dowsing Machine, since Lysander Strum cards just get everything back in. But then Lysander Strum card, it got banned, and then Dowsing Machine slowly got some play again. And with Dowsing Machine, you can only grab trainer cards, meaning you can't get energy, you can't get Pokemon. So that is a little bit of a bummer there, but, and it's really bad early game, right? Let's say you start off with the Dowsing Machine, and all you have is Pokemon and energy. And a stadium, you play the stadium, and then you play your Pokemon energy, and then it's like, well, I can't do anything with this Dowsing Machine because you got nothing in a discard pile. So it's still much more playable than a lot of these other A-Specs, and definitely deserves the number 2 spot in my book. Coming in at number 1 is, of course, no surprise, we have Computer Search, and this one again is a huge, reminiscent of the original Computer Search way back in the first base set Pokemon. Or we have Computer Search there. Of course, it wasn't an A-Spec, and you had 4 of those, which is insane. The A-Spec here, this Computer Search, you have to discard 2 cards from your hand. If you can't discard 2 cards, you can't play this card. And then you search your deck for any card in your deck. Any card. It's insane. It's just very consistent, being able to search for anything. And that just gives high visibility to any card in your deck. And yeah, this is amazing. And if you can combine that with, let's say, even Sableye back then in the black and white days with junk hunting, you can junk hunt the Computer Search. That is just awesome. And, search your deck, and really you can look through your deck and grab any single card, energy, special energies. At the time, this is really the only way that I can think of searching for special energies. And so I'm sad to see this leave, and this was in the black and white era. Of course, we still see it in expanded format for the 2015-2016 season. And yeah, so that is my top 10 list of, wait, not top 10. That's my ranking of all the A-Spec cards from the black and white sets. Let me know in the comments below what your rankings are. And if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Personal message me or comment below this video. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And hey, if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for being a part of this journey, being a part of this channel. And you know what? You guys are awesome. So take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.